Angell has been producing Our World in Depth, a show that explores a variety of social issues and activism. Here is this month's member highlight.
Our show is called Our World in Depth, and it's like many other shows. It's on weekly on SPNN and also in Minneapolis on MTN.
What does that mean, Our World in Depth now? What is the type of content you have?
Yeah, we do a lot of political analysis, both on an international level, national level, and local level. We interview people, so we are in the studio talking with local activists. We're also out in the field. We film people that come in and speak. Usually they're experts that don't get a lot of time on corporate media outlets. People that have a message that might not bode well for commercial outlets.
Now, can you cite maybe one of your, what you feel is your more memorable programs?
Yeah, actually, we did a show on a guy named Philip Agee, who was a CIA, an ex-CIA agent, who sort of reflected on his actions with the CIA and decided that the CIA was not an institution that reflected his values. And so he ended up, instead of sort of working for the CIA in covert actions, for example, in Cuba and in Latin America, he instead moved to Cuba and started working with the Cuban people. And we were able to get access to some independent work and an independent documentary, and from that we got a local person who knew Philip Agee's story to talk about the documentary.
Overthrow of various civilian governments and the installation of military dictatorships.
Remember, we're talking about a government. Think about what it did in the Second World War, what it did in Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Exactly. It's capable of anything.
What it did the bombing in Germany and so on. Yeah, I mean, this is...
And Tokyo.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, this is a long history of making civilians pay.
What motivates you to become involved in doing this, and how did you get involved?
Yeah, I guess it's just a passion for truth. I felt like a lot of stories were getting missed by what has been dubbed the mainstream media. I like to use the term corporate media. And no, I don't expect to make money. I've been in this long enough to know that's not going to happen.
Now, what is your background? You're a Hollywood producer that turned this way, or what?
Well, thanks, Ed, for that. I actually am just an amateur, regular citizen. I guess over years of experience and reading, sort of came to this as a full-time hobby.
So you would regard it as a hobby, or at least an avocation too. Now, do you have anybody else who's helping you on this?
Yeah, absolutely. We have a really dedicated crew, a really reliable group of four. Four people can really make a difference, and especially with the use of video and just sort of being out in the community, and we've been able to network with lots of really interesting people locally and nationally.
Now, you said that you have it, of course, here on SPNN and also in Minneapolis. Are you, do you have any other wider distribution, or are you anticipating wider distribution?
Well, thank you for asking. Actually, Our World in Depth is going online, ourworldindepth.org, and it's just Our World in Depth, and it's all run together, .org.
.org. And what sort of future programs are you have in the making, or hope that you'll have in the making?
Excellent question. I'm currently working on a show that I filmed out in one of the local churches. One of the national activists named Phyllis Bennis came to town, and I'm just showing her talk on the show. She is an expert on sort of Middle East issues, especially relating to what's happening in Iraq and what's happening in Israel-Palestine.
You know, as a producer here at SPNN for, I think, what, a year or more? How long has it been? What would you say, first of all, am I correct, it's been about a year, and then what would you say to people who would like to maybe get involved doing a program?
Yeah, it's been more than a year, and I would say that it's a lot of time, but the friendly people at SPNN certainly are willing to help out. And I think if you have a passion for truth, I think journalism in any form is worth the time and effort.